Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Forex Live. August 13th. 11:44 America New York. The Euro Stoxx index holds on for the 10th straight day of gains. German DAX new record high. France's CAD works closer to the 2000 high. The Euro Stoxx index is holding on to a small gain, making it 10 straight higher closes for that index. Forex Live. August 13th. 11:36 America New York. NY Fed Q3 GDP Nowcast 3.79% versus 3.74% prior. The weekly GDP tracker. It's still early in the life of the Q3 trackers, but there's a bit of positive news. Positive surprises from PPI price data accounted for most of the increase, the NY Fed said.
New York Times Business. August 13th. 11:36 America New York. Go big or melt. Small scoop shops fueled the innovation that made frozen treats a hot market. What happens to indie favorites in the golden age of the freezer aisle? New York Times Business. August 13th. 11:34 America New York. The 40-hour workweek is, in fact, life. There is no magical way to earn a full-time salary without working full-time. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. August 13th. 11 o'clock America New York. Child tax credit payments rise in second month. The Treasury Department paid more than $15 billion in child tax credits to households with nearly 61 million children.
Daily FX Market News. August 13th. 11 o'clock America New York. AUD/USD rate defends August range amid failure to test July low. AUD/USD appears to be stuck in a narrow range following the failed attempt to test the July low, 0.7289.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. August 13th. 10:55 America New York. These people who work from home have a secret. They have two jobs. When the pandemic freed employees from having to report to the office, some saw an opportunity to double their salary on the sly. Why be good at one job, they thought, when they could be mediocre at two?
Forex Live. August 13th. 10:54 America New York. USD extends lower with the USD CHF the biggest mover. EUR/USD extends the narrow trading range for the week. The USD has extended lower after the what we can expected Michigan consumer sentiment. The biggest mover is the USD CHF.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. August 13th. 10:53 America New York. Brazil's JBS proposes to buy rest of Pilgrim's Pride. JBS, which already owns about 80.2% of Pilgrim's Pride, is proposing to buy the rest as demand for chicken breasts, wings and other products surges.
Wall Street Journal Markets. August 13th. 10:47 America New York. Kool-Aid is still a thing? Oh, yeah, it's National Kool-Aid Day, celebrating a beverage that has survived some highly negative associations over the decades.
Forex Live. August 13th. 10:38 America New York. COVID vaccines for kids are coming, but will it be fast enough to save 2021? Drop in confidence raises new risks and a vaccine for kids probably isn't coming in 2021. The UMich survey data is spotty, but everyone needs to consider the potential impacts of Delta, especially with US ICUs filling up and reports of kids filling up beds.
Daily FX Market News. August 13th. 10:35 America New York. US dollar pullback accelerates as consumer sentiment plunges. The US dollar has been trading on its back foot this morning, with selling pressure intensifying in the wake of a big miss on consumer sentiment data just released amid mounting Delta variant concerns.
Forex Live. August 13th. 10:17 America New York. US dollar slumps after shocking drop in consumer sentiment. Sentiment at the lowest since 2011. Are consumers really feeling worse than April 2020? That's almost impossible for me to believe. I get that Delta is causing some worry, but how could the sequel be worse than the original? Forex Live. August 13th. 10:15 America New York. EUR/USD moves closer to its 200-hour moving average, 38.2% retracement. Weaker Michigan sentiment sends the dollar lower. The recent hourly bar took the price above swing lows from July 27th, July 28th and swing high from August 9th, between 1.1768 and 1.17708. That will now be eyed as close support for traders. Forex Live. August 13th. 10:11 America New York. USD/CHF moving trends lower. Weaker Michigan consumer sentiment sending the pair lower. The USD/CHF has been trending lower over the last 8 trading hours after the high for the day stalled just below the high from yesterday. The high from Wednesday. See red numbered circles.
Google Business News. August 13th. 10:10 America New York. Top 10 Best iBenzer Laptop Backs 2021 Best Gaming Pro. Best Gaming Pro. Top 10 Best iBenzer Laptop Backs 2021 Best Gaming Pro. Best Gaming Pro.
Daily FX Market News. August 13th. 10 o'clock America New York. Implied volatility. What is it an AMP? Why should traders care? Implied volatility, synonymous with expected volatility, is a variable that shows the degree of movement expected for a given market or security.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. August 13th. 10 o'clock America New York. Cintas CEO turned a grubby little laundry into a giant. Richard T. Farmer, who has died at age 86, built a national network to supply clean uniforms and other services. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. August 13th. 10 o'clock America New York. How to bridge the communications gap in a hybrid office. Too often, remote and in-office employees aren't even speaking the same language.
Wall Street Journal Markets. August 13th. 10 o'clock America New York. Why gold bugs, bond bears and Amazon skeptics think alike. Investors often prefer to stick their heads in the sand rather than confront the evidence in front of them.
Forex Live. August 13th. 10 o'clock America New York. UMich August U.S. prelim consumer sentiment 70.2 versus 81.2 expected. Consumer sentiment data from the University of Michigan. There's also this, which shows that survey is increasingly a political barometer. Yikes. That's the lowest since 2011, breaking the pandemic low.
Naked Capitalism. August 13th. 9:55 America New York. Colonel Lawrence Wilkerson. The threat of war, nuclear, with China. Lawrence Wilkerson looks at the overly casual talk in the U.S. about nuclear war with China and does not like what he sees.
Wall Street Journal Markets. August 13th. 9:50 America New York. China faces long-term damage from Delta outbreaks. The country is dealing with its second Delta variant outbreak in a few months. But the real worry is what still lies ahead.